Salam to all the viewers of Media Sai Indonesia. Welcome to the most awaited program, Kamis Bersama Salam. I am Sandhya and today I will be bringing you all to a very interesting, emotional, heart-fulfilling and exciting interview session on our segment Hati ke Hati. My guests today are two very loving and kind-hearted souls who have been blessed to spend a lot of time in close proximity to our beloved Bhagwan Baba. I've always looked up to Uncle Ashok and Auntie Indra. You know, they say that humility is the hallmark of the great, and such is the warm personality of my two charismatic Sai couples today. Uncle and Auntie have been blessed with a lot of special and personal Sai miracles which they would like to share, which they will be sharing today on Media Sai Indonesia. On a personal note, whenever I listen to Uncle and Auntie, it always fills me with a lot of joy and happiness, and I wish that today all your viewers can join me in that feeling. So without further ado, I would like to welcome our most loved elders in our Sai Center, Uncle Ashok and Auntie Indra Kamal. Loving Sai Rams to you, Uncle and Auntie, and thank you for agreeing to share with us your blissful journey on Media Sai Indonesia today. So we will start our interview with the very first encounter with Swami. I've always wanted to know, how is it like your first ever encounter with Swami? How was the experience like? Would you be able to share with our viewers today?
Surely, Saira. It was, I had never seen Swami in my life, and it was my first time going to Puttaparthi. My mother was already there, and she told me to buy a notebook and a pen, and whenever we get the chance, Swami calls us for interview. You just bring the notebook and the pen inside the interview room. And I said, for what? Shall I buy a pen and a book? It was like I was hesitant, but just to make mother happy, I bought the book, I took the pen. Surprisingly, in the same day, the evening, Swami calls us for interview. And in the middle of the interview, I got a chance to present the book and the pen to Swami, and he took it very happily, and he started writing on it.
Oh wow!
But before that, I was telling inside myself that what will Swami write? Maximum he will make a signature of himself and give me back. But out of surprise, when I gave him the book, it took much longer than I thought. He was writing and writing, and I said, I don't know what he's writing. It was like, and then once he finished writing, he gave me the book. I was very anxious to see what he has written when it took him so long. Surprisingly, I see he wrote, be good, see good, do good. This is the way to God.
Oh wow!
With blessings, with loves and blessings, Sri Satya Sai Baba. He signed himself on that, Sri Satya Sai Baba. These three lines had a very deep meaning. It was a message from Swami, the guidelines how to lead my life. My mother prayed to Swami that her children, should be as near and dear to him as she was. Her wish came true, and a sincere prayer, Swami was like answered in this beautiful way. Be good, do good, see good. This is the way to God. In fact, this is the only way to God. This message was my guiding light in my journey, and to Swami, he showed me the way to reach him.
Wow, that's such a beautiful experience.
Yes.
When we ponder upon it, your first encounter with Swami, he already gave you such a strong message. Be good, do good. Be good, see good, do good. This is the way to God.
Yeah.
So Swami already said to you in the beginning that if we are good human beings and we do good, and we always see the good in everything, that is the way to reach God. This should be our guiding light in our spiritual journey. That is
True.
such a beautiful story, Uncle.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
And I noticed earlier that you mentioned that your mother wanted you to have that relationship with Swami. She always prayed to have,
Yes.
for you to have a very strong, loving relationship with our beloved Baba. And it's so beautiful how he fulfilled her wishes.
Yeah, because it was me also, she was saying that, I mean, first time I did not know who is Swami, and
Yeah.
I did not have faith in him. Like mom used to say, he's living God. I said, come on, how can living God in this age? So that's how he pulled me towards him, Yeah.
And that too, Swami, the divine wish fulfiller,
Yes.
also
Yeah, he knows
fulfilled
everything.
her prayers.
The prayers.
And
correct.
speaking about fulfilling of wishes, Auntie, I have a question for you. Has there been a time where you asked for something in your heart, and without actually saying it verbally to Swami, he just knew it and he's just answered your prayer? Has there been
Yes,
situation?
indeed, many a times.
Hmm.
But I will share with you two incidents regards to his
Okay.
omniscience. The first one was I was inside the interview room. I was seated, facing a room, a small room, and it's deep in my heart is to think what is in that room, And suddenly that day the curtain flew. So like it flew, and I could see two cupboards. So when I saw those two cupboards, it came to my mind, what must be inside those cupboards? What must be Swami keeping inside those cupboards, So then, how is Swami Antaryami? He knows everything. And suddenly he gets up from the chair and asks me to follow him to that room. So I went along with him. He opened the first cupboard, and in that cupboard there were his robes and lungis. Then he opened the second one. Second one had all gift items. He closed both. While walking, he tells me, you always wish to see what is there.
Oh, wow.
So-
So he just knew what you wanted in your heart.
He is truly the indweller. And it was, it was so beautiful, I just can't express that it was just in my mind, and he really, showed it to me.
How beautiful. Just a small thing that Auntie wanted
Yes.
to ask inside her heart, and that too, Swami showed it to her.
I feel I'm really blessed in that.
Truly, truly. And you said you had another story
Yes,
as well.
yes,
What was
the-
your other story?
The other story was the experience of his divine omniscience
Mm.
was something in the period of 2002, if I'm not wrong. It was at that time. I just had a wish in my heart that I wish I could do some Shiva in Parthi along with Indonesia devotees. So I was wondering how will it be, and my this got, sorry.
It's okay. Your wish.
Yes,
Your
my
wish.
wish grew even stronger.
Mm.
Thinking, I should do something. It was the month of December 2007. 6:30 in the evening,
Mm.
Swami sends a messenger
Mm.
to call us at his residence.
Oh, wow.
So we reached there. We were seated.
Mm.
When we were seated, after some time, Swami comes in the wheelchair. The messenger leaves him over there, and we were just three of us sitting there. So Baba very lovingly, like a father, asking her daughter, what do you do? How do you pass your time? So I really didn't know. There were so many things in my mind. So the first thing I told him, Baba, my husband travels 4 months.
Mm.
So I, just shuttle going to Bombay, Jakarta, and Parthi. So then I said, Swami, I wish to do some Shiva. So he says, Karo. So means do it. So that's it. While we, it was just casual. I didn't have anything at that time in my mind.
Mm.
So the interview was over. We were walking towards our room.
Mm.
And while walking, we were just going, and suddenly I see the canteen head
Mm.
standing outside my building.
Mm.
And And she was waiting for me.
Oh.
So when I reached there, she says, Indra, I've got a message. If you want to do canteen Sheva, Baba has said anytime, any month, just let me know. So I had no words. I didn't know what to say, but I just, folded my hands and told her, sure, I will do that.
Wow.
So you can imagine how it was like, it was like really, very like what I had thought
Yes.
inside, and he could really answer my prayers.
Yes.
It was all inside me, all is his grace. This is what Swami means by having a heart-to-heart relationship with him.
Yes. That actually is a very beautiful point you brought away. That heart-to-heart connection is something that we should always strive to establish in our relationship with Baba, And one thing also that I just realized is that I think all you needed to do was just take that one step of wanting to do something for Swami, which is seva. And Swami literally took 1,000 steps and he made it possible for it to happen. That is just how amazing our Bhagwan Baba is.
Really. And I didn't expect that, I could get this opportunity, and it was not even told that exactly which month I want. It was just freely left for me that whenever I wanted it.
So
He was really so kind. And
I'm to the viewers who is watching, I'm actually getting goosebumps at the moment, and I really I hope that you all are feeling the same energy which is going on right now. And
Can I interfere?
yes,
a
yes.
bit? So it was not only the Sheva, but Swami knew that he was going to leave his body.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was 2007. So she could do only 8, 9, 10. 2008, 9 and 10. And she did not have much friends in Jakarta. So see how much love he has for her, that before I leave my body, I will give her Sai family. And then now she has got so many friends, especially the Sai circle. So that is what Swami wanted to do for her before he could leave.
that is
he
so
has,
beautiful.
he has given me a beautiful Sai family, I tell you. Really. I don't know how to thank him. I'm really, I have no words. It's just that my Sai family loves me a lot, really a lot. And I hope they keep doing that always.
Of course, auntie. Of course, both to uncle and auntie, you both as our elders, you have radiated so much of love, humility, and selflessness that that is the reason why Swami has also poured so much of love for the both of you as well. I
Yeah.
believe that too. As we are aware,
Yeah.
and I said even in my introduction earlier that the both of you have been blessed to have spent a lot of time in close proximity with Swami, and figuratively speaking, how many times do you think that must have been?
I think she'll be the better person to answer. Because she has got
From
more interviews.
1977 to 2010, 700 to 800 interviews. That's what I can remember. Could be more also, but these are very clear to me.
700 or 800 interviews. Wow, that's how blessed the both of you are, Uncle and Auntie. Really.
Really, we don't know how really it is our last karmas or what it is, I don't know, but really we are blessed.
In fact, I was just going to ask that same question, and I'm sure the viewers over here also have that same question. That at some point of time, I'm sure it has crossed all of our minds that why is it that there are some chosen ones who is the recipient of Swami's physical attention more than the rest, and what is the reason that you believe that you are the chosen ones?
I
To share
feel
with our viewers.
I feel that this closeness could be because of two reasons. Firstly, Swami wants to guide us to be better human beings every day through his teachings, and the second reason is to our past birth karmas. Our divine teacher Baba has come to guide us along the path of righteousness. Swami has said that God's grace is equally available to all of us. He makes no distinctions of caste, creed, sex, nationality, and so on. The defect is in us, our hearts. We have to keep our hearts always pure and ready to receive the grace of God as He guides us to be good human beings. As mentioned before, the way to God is to be good, do good, see good. That is the only way to God.
That's actually really interesting, and it's so humble of you to say that the reason you feel you're the chosen ones because so that you have to make a lot of changes, yeah, and that's really very humble. And the past karmas, yes, from auntie's just now what she said, it's true that the truth is that we are all blessed and fortunate. But the degree of our fortune depends solely on our good deeds, right? On
Yes.
our good deeds, on our past karmas, and also the intensity of our love towards Swami. Throughout this interview, I've realized one thing, that there's nothing that Swami wants from us. It's only His love. So, like Auntie said earlier, let's all take this effort to try to be good, do good, and see good, because that is the only way to God, and that is the only way we will be able to establish a connection, a heart-to-heart connection between us and our Divine Guru. Auntie, just one last question before we end. Earlier, first we started the interview by me asking Uncle how was his first encounter with Swami, but now I wish to know, Auntie, how did you get to know Swami?
My parents believed in Shirdi Sai Baba. We used to visit Shirdi very often. And every time my father used to keep saying at Shirdi's Mahasamadhi that, Swami, please, you must get my daughter married. Because we are from East Africa. We don't have too many Indians here, Sindhis.
Oh, yes, yes.
So, you know how parents are, they get worried. So my father, every time we went, he used to say, you have to perform my daughter's wedding. So when it was our wedding day, when we entered the interview room, Swami first thing holds my father's hand and says, see, I'm performing your daughter's wedding. So my father was a bit confused. He said, you had told Shirdi Sai Baba, please, you must perform my daughter's wedding. So here it is, we are one. So Shirdi and Satya Sai Baba are one. So
how beautifully Swami showed Auntie that he and Shirdi Baba are one. That is fantastic, Auntie. Thank you so much for sharing, Uncle and Auntie. This brings us to the end of our interview. Again, thank you so much for sharing your blissful journey with Swami, and that to sharing it with all of us. And also, before we end, I noticed that there's a very cute little Swami doll over there. How come you brought it with you for this interview?
this little Baba has been gifted by our loving niece Kancha, Madhvi Chatlani from Panama. This doll is as a companion to us.
How nice.
Swami is in everything we want to see him in. He is everywhere and with everyone.
Oh, how beautiful. I completely agree with that. Really.
Thank you. Sai
And Sairam.
Sairam.
So, thank you so much to all our viewers of Media Sai Indonesia. I hope you enjoyed the interview session as much as I did. So, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. And I will see you in the next episode. Jai Sai Ram.